What's going on, everyone? In this video, we're going to be doing the weekly recap of the stocked up trading floor. The market was a little bit choppy this week. There hasn't been too much crazy new breakout action with SPY over the past few weeks, but we definitely do have a lot on the schedule this week as we cover in the main channel video. But besides that, let's dive right into this week's recap, starting off with the high-risk scalps. Basically, the market was closed on Monday for Memorial Day, so on Tuesday, we could see that there was some decent action with RKLB and CoreWeave mainly, as both of these popped up by around 155%. LUNR had some decent action as well, and XYZ moved a little bit, but nothing too crazy. The rest were, I would say, mostly duds. Tuesday wasn't that great of a day. It wasn't horrible, but the opportunity wasn't as good as some of the other days throughout the week. Scrolling on, as we could see on Wednesday, definitely started to pick up a bit, which was definitely nice to see. TEM had put options move up by 530%, and then Unity had call options move up by 375%. I would say Wednesday was definitely the day of the week. Lots of great action, not only with these two tickers, but also with a handful of other ones like Mara, GME, and JOBY, and even RKLB and Coin had some good action as well. There were only two plays that didn't really move, which were AAP and PFE, and overall, very good opportunity. As we know, opportunity is not distributed equally. Most, if not all, of the opportunities concentrated into the single best just tickers of the day, and the opportunities more so power law distributed rather than evenly distributed, as we can see in the data and as would be expected due to how just the market works in general. Continuing on though, we could see on Thursday there was some decent action as well. Of course, it wasn't as good as Wednesday, but Boeing, ANF, Uber, and AI all had really good moves. There was a lot of opportunity not only with them but also Netflix and EOSE, so good stuff all around. As expected, there will always be setups that just don't pop or are just duds, and yeah, that's that. And then overall, I would say a pretty good day though on Thursday. And then looking on Friday, there were some good moves. It wasn't as explosive as Wednesday or Thursday, but Unity, Palantir, and Costco all had some decent moves. CS as well, even Baba. So good stuff all around there. Looking at the pullbacks channel, naturally these setups won't be as explosive usually as the breakout ones, because the strongest, best setups and stocks sometimes don't pull back at all. But these setups do tend to move in a smoother, more consistent way. We could see on Tuesday, all of these setups moved up by at least 26%, with the best one moving up 86%, so no complaints there. Scrolling on throughout the week, we can see that we also had some good action on Thursday as well, or Wednesday as well. And then looking at Thursday, again, decent action, nice movement from Uber and Netflix. Etsy, Boeing, AI, and ANF didn't really go that crazy, but I would say that was a little bit more of a slower day on that front. And then looking at Friday, again, nothing too insane, but definitely no complaints, especially with Palantir, ZS, and IONQ. So good stuff all around there. And then looking at the theta trades for this week, very, very good. All 5 of the theta trades immediately expired for max profit, which is always nice to see. Of course, sometimes the stock market moves in a way that benefits some strategies and hurts others. So it's important to have some sort of, I guess you could say, diversification in the sense of just deploying multiple strategies. That's why it's certainly beneficial to have, some day trade strategies, some swing trade strategies, but also different variations of them. So for example, a theta trade where you sell a put option is naturally a swing trade, but it is also a trade in the sense that it is of a different type. So instead of buying options, you are selling options, which has a lot of benefits, like having time decay work on your side. And in the case of short put options, you have the ability to get shares of companies that you really like at prices you like them at. And not only does this have the ability to generate short-term cash flow with short puts, but it also opens up the opportunity to build equity positions that you can either hold or sell covered calls on, continuing to produce cash flow and or again, getting stocks at really good prices, or even making like capital gains profits in addition to the profits from the short options premium. So either way, it's definitely nice to see this. If you need any help with shorting put options, feel free to tag Tom, Hunter, Mason, or myself in SM Chat, and we will definitely make sure you're taken care of. But overall, we're definitely set for a pretty exciting week. Definitely tune in to the main channel video. And besides that, have a great rest of your weekend.